Hello everyone, this is VGTI, and today we're going to take a final look at Life is Strange. The 5th episode released a little while ago, and it left unanswered questions, which is probably the intention, but I'm here to try to figure them out. And I think I might have. The two biggest unanswered questions at the end of Life is Strange were 1. Where did Max get her time powers from in the first place? And 2. Why is Chloe the deciding factor behind whether the tornado hits Arcadia Bay or not? Why is her death, out of all things, the deciding factor? Well, we're going to have to take a look at episode 5 and figure out what it shows us that tells us what's actually going on. With this theory, I'm going to be talking to you guys about destiny. And when I say that, I mean the forces of fate and destiny. This might sound familiar to you if you guys have watched my Half-Life Theories Part 1 video, where my theory about the G-Man being the representation of fate and destiny. It's kind of like that. Life is Strange clearly has a universal force in it. It has a force of destiny that has a specific plan for how things play out. It's fate itself. And if you defy that, it tries to right itself. It tries to keep the universe in balance. And this mainly shows through with Chloe. The universe is always trying to kill her, and constantly Max has to stop her from dying. Even in episode 3, when you go back and try to stop William's death, the universe just switches it on you and balances it out by making Chloe die due to getting in a car crash and living how she does. It's basically constantly trying to kill her because that's the way it thinks things should be. So it's clear that Max did not get her time powers from anything like that. She did not get her time powers from the universe or from fate itself, because that would be counterproductive to how things are supposed to play out. So the question is, who did she get her time powers from? I believe she got her time powers from Rachel Amber. I'll have to make some leaps in logic here, but it's literally all I could do with the amount of information that was given to us throughout the 5 episodes. Basically, Rachel, after she died, after Nathan overdosed her and she was buried, she lived on as a spirit. And I talked about this a little in my last theory video for Life is Strange. My theory was that Rachel lived on through a spirit animal that represented her. And in that video I said it was the butterfly, but I'm going to say it right here, disregard that video now. It was a nice theory back then, but now that episode 5 is out, things are done, I have a new theory for what's actually going on, and it does connect to that in some way through spirit animals. Rachel lived on as a spirit animal, and I believe this animal was the doe that we always see in each episode, the ghostly spirit doe, and it's also my belief that Rachel, through death, somehow gained some sort of supernatural power. She lived on through the spirit animal, the doe, but she also gained this supernatural power, or some sort of supernatural power, that gave her the ability to rewind time. Now, you may be thinking, but doesn't Max rewind time? Well, kind of. Rachel basically is the one using it. I believe that these powers are actually Rachel's coming through, but she's using Max as a vessel, as an outlet to put forth her power on the world. She needs a vessel to do it, and she uses Max for that purpose. So whenever you use your time powers in the game, it's basically Rachel using them through you. And she's probably restricted in that she can only do it when Max wants to do it, or do whatever Max intends to do. That's probably the restriction. So why would Rachel do this? Well, she's dead, and you have to look at it through her eyes. She's just been killed by Nathan Prescott due to an overdose, and through Nathan Prescott, the real mastermind behind it all, Mr. Jefferson. She wants revenge. She wants somebody to avenge her death, and who better to do it than her best friend and possibly former lover, Chloe. It's very likely that she thought that Chloe would be the best option, but she chose Max to give the time powers to because she knows that Max is a pretty clear-headed, responsible person, and she was Chloe's former best friend. She knows how hot-headed and reckless Chloe is, so that's probably why she didn't bestow the powers to Chloe and not Max. So, that's what I think. Basically, Rachel's goal in all of this was revenge, but also she wanted to keep her best friend Chloe alive, and Destiny just didn't. Chloe even looks at the tornado in episode 5 and says this line, "Maybe this is Rachel's revenge." And that just seems like a throwaway line, but maybe there's more to it than we think. Maybe that's what's actually going on. So we know how Max got her time powers, and we know how Rachel figures into all of this. Now the question is, why is Chloe the key here? Why is it that if Chloe dies, then the tornado doesn't come? Why is that the key? Well, I believe it's because basically what Rachel is doing, her plan for revenge and how she's using her supernatural powers beyond the grave to help Max out and basically defy time and space. Basically, the Destiny, you have to think of it in Life is Strange as kind of a corporeal force that has its own will. It has a specific plan for how it wants things to go. And Rachel is messing up that plan. So this is basically kind of a war between what Rachel wants and what Destiny wants, how fate should play out. And I believe that this all stems from the bathroom where Chloe got shot by Nathan. This is not only where Chloe dies, but also where Max gets her time powers. So it all centralizes around that point. That means that if Chloe dies there, nothing happens. None of the strange phenomena, the tornado doesn't come. And this is also why if Chloe dies in any other way, at any other point in the future, the phenomena still happens and the tornado still comes. We've seen evidence of that throughout multiple episodes. And we see even more evidence of this sort of time and space war going on in episode 5 in The Nightmare. We get these weird scribblings and drawings in Max's journal, and they seem to be from Fate itself. They're taunting Max. Basically, Fate's being kind of a jerk. It's actively taunting Max. It's giving her these threatening messages, even some from people she knows, like Joyce, saying that there's no reality that you can hide in now. Do not underestimate me. And having Max's journal say things like Chloe has to die and why are you letting everybody get killed by this tornado? Things like that. However, what's also interesting is in The Nightmare you get a text from Rachel herself, and she says that she'll see you soon. Shortly thereafter, you go into the backwards hallway of the school where everything's playing in reverse, and you see the spirit doe going into the bathroom, guiding Max there. That's Rachel, and that's what she meant by, she'll see you soon. Everything that we see in The Nightmare is basically Rachel and the Force of Destiny itself trying to gain control over Max and guide her down one path, you know what I mean? In fact, most of The Nightmare is just Destiny itself playing tricks on Max and trying to get her to do the right thing, to sacrifice Chloe for the rest of Arcadia Bay. And that's what it comes down to at the very end of the game, at the end of episode 5, that's your decision. You can either go with Rachel's will, you can go with what she wants, and possibly what you want too, in that you keep Chloe alive. You defy destiny itself. You defy fate to keep Chloe alive. But Arcadia Bay will be destroyed by the tornado. And if you choose to sacrifice Chloe and save Arcadia Bay, you are going with what fate and destiny was preset to happen. This is what is supposed to happen, but you don't necessarily have to follow it. And that's kind of what the moral theme comes down to in the game. It's basically a decision between those, Rachel and what she wants, and your best friend Chloe, or the rest of Arcadia Bay. Will you defy fate, or will you let it happen as it's supposed to happen? So that's my theory for what's really going on in Life is Strange and kind of what happened at the end of episode 5 and all of that stuff. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. Provide your own theories, discuss my theory, give me any other ideas you may have for theories for Life is Strange, or if you want other games in particular. And just let me know what you think of the video all around. I really appreciate your thoughts, guys. So that's it for this one. If you liked the video, then please like the video. And if you like my channel, video game theories, Life is Strange, crazy conspiracy theories, or just games in general, then please hit that subscribe button and enjoy my content. I really hope you get a lot out of it. It's a good learning experience, and hopefully we can theorize some cool stuff together. That's it for now, guys. I'll see you in the next video.